Hello, happy Monday. Happy Monday. Let me double check that you guys can hear me okay. That's the last live stream. Are we live? Time out. We should be live. It's not showing up on YouTube yet. Huh. Why is it not showing up on YouTube? Are we live on LinkedIn? Yep. We're live on LinkedIn. Alright, just give me a couple minutes to get everything squared away. Happy Monday. Yeah, for whatever reason though, I'm not live on YouTube though. So that's not cool. There we are. Oh, okay. All right. Got it. Cool. Live on YouTube, live on LinkedIn, live on Facebook. So, hey Diego, how's it going? Yeah, absolutely. I am live streaming. I believe last week I did a few live streams. I'm probably going to do way more live streams more often now. I believe the future of business content is evolving, and while everyone is putting out published videos and photos and all that, I really think that the future of building in public is um actually co-working and showing the things that are happening live. And up until now, I've seen a lot of people build in public and they just share the polished end results, right? And I've also done that before, where I'm always like, oh, I just achieved this result, here's the steps that I took. But I think when we do that, even though we're documenting and it's very valuable information, I think we are missing out on like actually sharing all of the like live, how did we even arrive to those decisions. So that's the whole reason why I've started to live stream and we'll continue to live stream. Just to kind of go over what we've gone through so far so everyone's on the same page. So let me share my screen here. And basically, on one of the previous live streams, we talked about how I plan to grow this particular business. Have the lead generation section, the lead capture, so how we generate traffic, how we're going to capture those leads, how we will convert those leads, and then how we will retain those leads. Um, and then I kind of covered through the current offers that I have under each section and all of that. And then what we did on the one last week is I think it was like Friday night or Thursday night. No, it was Friday night. Friday night I went through and I updated all of my socials to kind of reflect this. So now what I need to do next is figure out um how I'm actually going to fill up these things, right? How am I going to fill up these products, these offers? So so I think the biggest thing right now, or like the most pressing one right now, is the AI billionaire experience. So what that means is it's basically the name of what I'm calling the retreats. So the retreats basically, what's happening with the pictures? Um let's see. I don't know what's happening. But anyways, basically this is happening in Fort Lauderdale in Florida. November 10th. So this is like the most pressing thing that I need to market and work on. Oh, there we go. There's the video. So that's kind of like the most pressing. But other than that, there is another thing we identified on the previous stream is school. So right now, up until now, I've done a monthly boot camp, and then I have the school community. And what we figured out with ChatGPT is that we should put all efforts into pushing people into the school and stop distracting people with the monthly boot camp. The boot camp is a perk of joining the school. So therefore, when people join the school, now it's monthly recurring, or they can do annual or whatever, right? So that's kind of like what we have identified so far. So for this to happen, I have to clean up the landing page for the school community on what deliverables they're getting, especially based on the deliverables that have naturally unfolded, such as like when you're building a community or you start doing like knowledge sharing and stuff like that. So we got to work through that. And I don't know how long I'll be on today. I'll try to be on for quite some time. Hey Gabriel, good to see you in here. I'll try to be on for quite some time, but yeah, I think that's kind of like where my focus should be right now, is really getting this in motion, and then updating so that everything kind of pushes. I say push, but it's not really pushing, right? It's kind of like just funneling. That's the right word. It funnels the right people into the school community. Um, and I can't remember if we identified ICP and all of that. So I think we're just gonna start by screenshotting this whole thing. I'll drop it into ChatGPT. Based on this image and past discussions, who is my ideal ICP? Let's see what it says. So if you don't know what ICP means, it just stands for ideal client persona or client profile or whatever. Everybody calls it something different, but it's in essence, it's like, who is your ideal client, right? Who are you targeting? Some people call it like ideal client avatar, ICA. It's essentially your ideal buyer. And your ideal buyer, just to kind of walk you through the mentality around this, this isn't necessarily people that are like, I think a lot of people, when they're starting a business or when they have actively they're doing a business, and this happens across other things also, like in the music industry. I remember when I worked in the music industry, artists always say, my music is for everybody, right? And founders do the same thing. A lot of startup entrepreneurs and founders, they always say, my product is for everybody. But what you end up doing by like trying to target everybody, you essentially end up not resonating with any particular person. So what you want to do on the opposite side of that is you want to identify who would find the most value in what you offer and who would get the best results in what you offer. Therefore, when you write marketing, you can actually write marketing copy that will resonate with them and appeal to them and feel like they will feel like heard and seen and understood, which will increase your relationship with them, and it will also increase your levels of trust. So that's why it's important to identify like an ICP. It's not because you are saying that your product is not for everybody. It could very well be for everybody, but it just, you have to, when you're thinking about marketing, you have to speak to particular people. Otherwise, it will just fall on deaf ears because it's so generalized. So that's why ICP is important. Is really just to help you communicate what you do with your clients better. Um, and ideally the ideal clients, right? So okay, so basically here it's saying, based on everything we have like chatted about, ideal ICP is 7-8 figure founders and consultants scaling personal brands with AI. Revenue, they're 250 to 3 mil annually. Personal brand driven founder, coach, consultant. Stage already successful but plateaued. Current pains, knows our audience and offer. Yeah, definitely. I think that's pretty in tune. Another secondary ICP, expert agencies, strategic partners, that also fits the criteria. And then here it's giving me psychological triggers. Um, okay, so now I'm going to, let's leave Claude open actually. I'm going to go into this landing page, copy all of that, and then say, how can I update this to resonate to my ICP better? I just pasted the whole landing page. I'm trying to grab my charger. Where's this stuck? I don't know. Okay. Whatever. Alright, so higher quality prospects. We had 2 cats, but we haven't been able to close them. Apparently they have no sense of urgency. How do I bring this over? So let me bring the show on stream. There we go. Okay. How am I qualifying the prospects? We had 2 cats, but we haven't been able to close them. Apparently they have no sense of urgency. I think it just really depends on. It just depends on on your questions, right? So, and if there is no sense of urgency, then you have to figure out a way um to show that there is sense of urgency, especially because you're selling AI, right? You're selling agents. So if they don't have a sense of urgency, that's really alarming because the world is changing. And if just by looking at like the bigger picture, major companies are making like multi-billion-dollar investments. Um, a lot of companies are already claiming that they are AI powered. A lot of companies are claiming also they're doing a lot of layoffs because they're AI powered. And then there's like a lot of reports also, like the MIT study, right? Like 95% of AI implementation is a failure because they don't have an AI strategy in place first. So, um, in a time where companies are all flocking and rushing to AI, if they don't have a sense of urgency, that's really alarming. Okay, now it's just it's like coaching me through it, but I don't really. I always get confused whenever it does that. So I just try to see the final copy and then I just make my own decisions off the final copy. But some of you guys might find this helpful, that it's actually like telling you what to do or change. Um, automate your influence, multiply your income. What you get inside, everything you need to systemize your genius, private school community, monthly AI agent boot camps, 5 coding sessions, real case studies. So one thing that I found when I launched the community, I wanted to make it about AI apps and agents. And when I started doing a lot of polls inside of the community, I found that most people were leaning towards just the to the agent side of things. And yeah, like 21 people here voted build and deploy agents. Very little people wanted voice agents. Very little people wanted to figure out how to sell courses. I think courses also is like such a great revenue stream that everyone should be taking advantage of. But yeah, Lovable and like building and AI powered apps kind of like fell behind. And if I just copy all of this, how can I just download this section on its own? Let me try that again. Okay, so also here's insights into what the community wants to learn. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to work through this a little bit more. Okay, so I'm gonna copy this. I don't know why it's plugging Coursera. That's weird. I'm gonna grab all of this. I'm gonna add it into Claude. Claude has superior copywriting skills. So I essentially just copied ChatGPT suggestions and I copied my current landing page. Yeah. Give me final copy. Let's see what it says. That is so strong. Yeah, this is better. This is definitely a lot better. Let me see the H1 again, please. Yeah. Yeah. That part's Stop trading hours for dollars, still building AI that works while you sleep. That is so gimmicky, though. I think also, like, I need to explain it that I'm not necessarily building a builder community. My expertise is more on GTM. So although we do have tutorials on agents and everything, what we really help everyone with is overcome the hurdle of going to market no matter where they are in their journey, and generating revenue without having to go for VC funding. So that's, I think, we need to understand that part. It's a little better, but the product thing isn't really landing for me. Yeah, like these are the questions I get all the time. How do I price it? How do I get more clients for this? Yeah, this is true. It's never too early because you can be getting pre-sales, you can be getting beta testers, you can be forming a wait list. Um okay, so who is my ICP? Actually, is my ICP for school. Summarize the ICP for school specifically. I gotta bring this thing I told Claude over. That's been the biggest thing that I've realized through all of my just market research and helping people. Where people really struggle the most is that go to market piece. Like, how do you actually monetize it? And there's multiple ways for anyone that's like trying to figure out how to do it. If you have a warmed up audience while this is generating, I'll kind of walk you through some things. But if you have uh, a warmed up audience, or if you already have like followers on your socials, one of the easiest one of the easiest things that you can do if you already have somewhat of an audience built is to run a poll in your social media platform, whatever you're using, LinkedIn, TikTok, Facebook, whatever, it doesn't matter. Run a poll and ask people like, what do they need more support with. So first you can ask like an open-ended question. If you're running a poll like on LinkedIn, you can put, and on Facebook, you can put like 4 different options. So you control the options. Do it around things that you know how to do. Um, right? For example, if I were to make a poll right now and say, you know what, let's do a poll right now. Let's see where we're at right now with people. Please vote. Help me help you better. And then I'll do a poll here and I'll say something like, what are you struggling the most with when it comes to AI and and what should we do? Personal branding, marketing, using AI for content creation, using AI for copywriting. And I'll come and clean this up still, but just to give you an idea, right? Using AI for whatever, editing, videos, other, comment below. So I'm going to come back, and before I post this, I'm going to clean this up a little bit, but this is the idea, right? So you launch this and then you put it like for a week and then you let people engage with the poll. And when they engage with the poll, they will tell you what is the highest interest thing. And every time, if you pay attention to like what I've done in the past, or if you followed me for the past, you'll notice that I will launch a poll, and this is like at least for like the last 4 or 5 boot camps. I launched the poll and I said, what do you want to learn about? Everyone voted for like using AI as a life coach. So I did a boot camp on how to use AI as a life coach. Then I ran it again. I asked, what do you want to learn agents for? And then people voted personal assistant tasks. So I did that boot camp. Then they said email management. So I did that boot camp, right? And these are all just like ways to engage, have your audience engage with you and give you insights on what you could be creating content, courses, tutorials, agents, whatever services you offer around, because they're already telling you that that's what they're interested in. So I'll usually do one of these types of polls, and then I'll have people engage with it, and then based on that information, I'll pick whatever topic I want to start with. But in this scenario, going back to here, so now that this has been generated, so if you are like in that boat where you're trying to figure out how do you monetize an audience you've already built, the fastest and easiest way is to just launch a poll and ask them what are they actually needing help with, and let them tell you. And then before I do that, you control these things. These are the variables that you control, right? So if I don't know anything about content creation, I wouldn't necessarily put that as an option, because if they pick content creation, then I'm going to have to create something around content creation. And if I don't know anything about that, that's going to be a hurdle, and it's going to look like procrastination, right? So if you're struggling with procrastination, a lot of the times it's not because you're not motivated to do the thing. It's just because there's other blocks or limitations that you might not even be consciously aware that is limiting your actions. So when you're like, when you're procrastinating, a lot of times it's because of that. It's just not in alignment with what you're meant to be doing. So in this scenario, if I say like, I don't know, using AI for, let's just say juggling, right? I don't know how to juggle, so if I can't even put out a course on that, I'm gonna go and have to find someone, or I'm gonna have to learn how to juggle, or I'm gonna have to go and find someone that knows how to juggle. So it adds more steps, and we don't want to add more steps. We want to accelerate and shortcut how we go from where we are now to generating revenue. And by doing that, we just have to kind of like strip away all the things that are just noise and just not in alignment, and things that could be potentially good ideas but just not have the right execution. We got to move all of that out of the way and just focus on what you're actually good at, or you're interested in, or you're passionate about, right? So As long as you're able to do that, then running a poll, you control the variables, meaning that you say what you kind of like give them the options that you want them to take based on whatever it is you want to do. So I'll let you think about that while I come back here and work on my landing page. So let's just drop this over into Claude. As a reminder, this is my ICP. The copy for the landing page should resonate and speak to them directly. Let's just double check that it's right. That headline needs a lot of work, but yeah, building is the reason why I don't really like I really don't believe that everyone should. I guess it depends. Let me think how I say this. I think anyone that has felt limited because of the building aspect of AI, right? Like I don't like you might think like I don't know how to code or I don't know how to build an app, I don't know how to use N8N or whatever. Every day all of that is becoming so much simpler. Just something as simple as like connecting N8N just did an update where you can actually just like prompt whatever you need built and it will build a workflow. Now if it works or not, that's like a whole other conversation, but it's like headed in that direction where like AI is really quickly going to make it so simple that you say I need this workflow and boom it creates itself. um if you connect Claude to N8N via MCP, you can actually have it build workflows for you inside of your own N8N. So again, it just makes that part, the building part, so much easier. Um, and it's really targeting the development skills, right? So that's just something to kind of think about. You don't necessarily have to learn every little thing because you could always delegate the building to someone else, and you can just focus on truly growing the business. And for you to focus on growing the business, that's where and sales really come in. So I firmly believe that that is like very important for any business owner starting a business. That's just like what I believe in. Because fulfillment, you should be delegating or finding a way to build a repeatable process for fulfillment. Whereas for the marketing and sales, the world that we live in today, a lot of it is like sold through personal branding, through the trust that you're building with your audience, right? And it's not just now, like Elon Musk did it with like Tesla and everything he touches. If it has Elon Musk's name attached to it, it'll bring a certain criteria of buyers. Um, Gary Vee did it. Alex Ramosi did it. Alex Ramosi's a crazy story because he sold $105 million in like 72 hours in a whole weekend, which is crazy. Like that's what, 9 figures? Yeah, that's 9 figures in one weekend because he spent the last like 3 or 4 years building his personal brand, putting out books, putting out valuable content, and then getting all these people to really just buy into his mission, his vision, build trust through all of the content that he's always put out, and really build that fandom, right? So the world that we live in today, a lot of it is just it's like creator led, and it's really turning founders into creators. But when you do that, and I know that there's like also just from working with people, I know that there's an opposing view on that, that you're the business owner, right? And you shouldn't be focused on creating content and all of that. But who better else can carry out the voice of your business than you, the actual owner and the visionary behind that? Um, I know that you can do like UGC and that kind of stuff, and depending on the type of business, you can definitely do that. You could do like faceless content and things like that. But really, like, this is like the most important part, because this is how you're choosing to communicate your mission and your vision and your business with the rest of the world and attract ideal buyers. So so yeah, I think that marketing and sales is like still the most important piece. And sales, when I say sales, I don't mean DM everybody under the sun. I believe that the way that the world is changing, and there's studies around this, you guys can Google this, the way that the sales process is changing, up until now, it has really been sales led growth for a lot of companies, where they're just running ads into a calendar, and the calendar goes to a booking page, and then you book the call, and then you go show up to the call. Well, people hate getting on calls, and they hate being sold to, and they hate feeling like they're being pushed into making a decision. Um, and now we have so many options because there's so many businesses that we can choose from. So what it looks like for a salesperson, if you're struggling to generate sales, a lot of the times is not necessarily like just you. It's just that the sales as a whole has changed. And business owners, when they're making a decision, they're not just looking at you, they're looking at like five or six other options, because now they have options. So the way that sales is changing is that it's really becoming a buyer's enablement game. If you can enable your buyer to make the right decision, meaning that you give them everything that they need in order for them to achieve to the right decision that working with you is the better option, then they're going to be more than likely to convert. And one of those things is creating content, because content attracts the people that resonate with you, your message, your values, your vision, how you do things. So they buy into that first. So then they make up their own mind and their own decisions that they want to work with you based on all of the stuff that they've already seen from your content. When you get into that conversation, enabling them, meaning give them a deal room or give them something that they have access to, how you work, client testimonials, how you've done it in the past, how it's relevant to them. Like, really just give them all the information that they need in one place, so that they can spend some time looking at all of that stuff that's been handed to them in a silver platter, and then they can make a decision whether or not working with you is the best option. So we're really moving into buyer's enablement, and I think a lot of people are still going the hard push on, like, you can't get off the call until you get a yes or a no. And I think that that's just what's deterring people from getting on calls. So no shows are high. um People just understand the game. People, buyers are so much smarter now. They understand that there's a call flow, they understand that there's objection handling. So it's just it adds more friction. The way to remove the friction is just look into buyer's enablement and try to chip away at that for your sales process. um so that's just my 2 cents on that. So I think those are like the two biggest things. And I think also, like, up until recently, a lot of people have said that you can't sell high ticket via self checkout, but that's not true. Um, they've just either not figured out how to do it. I've sold high ticket via self checkout multiple times, and it is possible. The last like 8 weeks or so, I have maybe gotten on like two sales calls at the most. Everything else has been self checkout, self checkout, self checkout. Um, so yeah, it's really crazy. If you're able to improve your buyer's enablement, if you're able to create content that really just goes in alignment with whatever it is that you're building and selling, you position your content as organic and valuable content, insightful content that will eventually lead the right people into your offers, you're gonna see better results. So that's what we're doing here now. We're just refining this so that we're actually bringing in the right people to the right pages. Um, yeah, if anyone has any questions, feel free to Write them in the chat. I forgot to check. I put it live on Facebook too, but I forgot to check. Yeah, it's there. Okay, cool. Live on Facebook, live on YouTube. If you're watching this on LinkedIn, make sure to subscribe to YouTube because I'm doing this more on YouTube as well. Last week I went live on LinkedIn maybe once, and I went live on YouTube like 4 times. So make sure you guys go over to YouTube if you're finding these sessions helpful, of course. Okay. Facebook is just IZZYGPT, IZZYGPT. I was trying to put it on the stream chat, but it's not letting me. Okay. Anyways, where were we? Build your AI-powered business, keep your freedom. That sounds so gimmicky. You've climbed a ladder, built expertise, maybe even built wealth. But you're trading your best years for someone else's vision. What if you could get everything you know, turn it into a business actually yours? Let me think this through because now we're just going in circles. So I want to update. There it is. Oh. Okay, I just copied those 2 prompts. Okay, so the current deliverables that probably need to be refreshed are your goal is to rewrite this in a way that resonates and speaks to my ICP without sounding gimmicky and I guess lame. You will write this following top 1% copywriter. What's it called when they're conversion copywriters? Copywriter specializing in sales conversions on self-checkout pages. Follow FTC marketing guidelines. Don't be pushy or manipulative, and the copy should empower them to make their own conscious decision of working with me. I don't want to force people to be in places they don't want to be in. It's 100% their choice. YouTube handle is okay, I can go through my phone in here. Conscious decision. Direct response copywriter. That's what it's called. Thank you, Diego. I don't want. Okay. Ooh, that's good. I don't know if I like AI-powered offers, but I do like where they're heading. See, this is a little conflicting because it also is a course library, but I get what they're trying to do here. I don't like this product build. I don't know. Okay, let's copy this whole thing into a Google Doc. No gimmick, straightforward, speaks directly to ICP, addresses real pain, clear about GTM, honest disclaimers, powers choice, FTC compliant, respects intelligence, community positioning. Cool. Uh-oh. Oh, whatever, it's fine. I'll do it here. That is awesome. Turn your expertise into recurring revenue. I don't know. I don't know if this is a good headline yet. We'll see, but let's read the rest. This is, I don't know if I'm liking this AI powered offers thing. Let's see. This isn't just another content library. Thank you, Diego. Let's update that as well. Okay. All right. Let's see. Let's come back to this. Let's find the real problems of expertise. It's your business model. I don't think they think their expertise is a problem, so I think we'll come back to that one as well. I think the problem is that they focus on the wrong things. A lot of people focus on the wrong things. This isn't a content library. Oops. This isn't just a content library. Thank you, Diego. That is awesome. I have built multiple companies in this space. They haven't all reached 7 figures. Multiple AI companies. Okay, so Claude is saying we should call this AI powered thing revenue system. This is a ChatGPT situation. So ChatGPT Deep Research, I don't know if you guys have ever used it for this, but ChatGPT Deep Research really good at coming up with like key proprietary frameworks. But I have to put some thought into like what exactly I want this framework to be about. So if I'm just thinking out loud here, when I started Fame Hackers was like the music. Fame Hackers stood for foundation, audience, monetization, and exposure. So what this meant is that foundation is the artist identity, branding, etc. Audience meant social media growth. Monetization meant digital like funnels and stuff like that. And then exposure meant JV, collabs, radio, Spotify, ads, etc. So maybe it's something like this, creating like these pillars for this will help add a little bit more. Let's put that into Claude. Maybe we need to add pillars. For example, when I grew Fame Hackers, we were targeting musicians that wanted to grow and monetize their music using social media. This was early days TikTok. Yeah, I think we just need to work the offer a little bit more. Yeah, that's adding a lot more structure. The revenue engine. Distribution is so important in this age of AI. You know what? It's AI agents. Yeah, exactly. It's the offer. So this is like what you're building. AI agents is actually your fulfillment process essentially, and your own internal operations process. Yeah, I think it's something like offer, offer, um, It's like it's this. It goes back to this drawing board. Lead gen, lead capture, lead conversion, lead retention. If we focus on these 4 pillars, we will always have clients. Because lead gen is the traffic. Lead capture is how you capture the traffic. Lead conversion is how you convert the traffic that you're capturing into money. And then lead retention is how you actually retain them. I think this is it. Oh, this is taking so much shape already. This is becoming better. Lead gen. Let's look at the school community. It's a whole redo, a whole revamp here. Share this tab instead. So we have mindset, build your business, build your brand, custom GPTs, AI voice agents, AI apps, no code agents. Maybe I should be throwing this into Claude as well. I started this call backwards. I went straight for copy without realizing. I realized this halfway that the offer needs work. The offer needs work before I can even think about actually writing the copy for the landing page. Okay, let me see. Grab all of this. Okay, let me review the software, but first let me just grab this ICP thing. Okay, well that's loading. That is loading. Let's see. I just dropped it into Alex Ramosi's AI. I dropped the ICP and I dropped the offer. I just saw there's a lot of flooding in Central Florida. Hope everyone's okay. Okay, whatever it writes is gonna probably be more on the persuasive side, so we're just gonna run whatever that is back through Claude. I don't know if you guys ended up going to Alex Ramosi's thing, but he had a launch party like 2 months ago in August, and he basically like launched his new book, and one of the upsells was if you donate, I think it was like 100 books or something, 200 books, as a bonus, we get this ACQ AI tool, which is trained on all of his consulting notes, all of his books, all of that. It's pretty good. It just takes a little long to like search through all of that and then generate an answer. And then after that, if you upsold one more time, you could join his mastermind. So the mastermind, it's like a 6 month mastermind, meets monthly. Outside of school, it meets monthly. Alex has like a 4 or 5 hour session, so I joined that as well. And it's been really insightful. It's been really interesting. But but I think the most important thing of it all is really just like the attitude for growth, right? Like when you're going through all the information and stuff like that, ultimately it's just information. What you choose to do with that information is what really brings the difference. So, of course, if you're not like applying what you learn, you're going to be in the same spot. And that goes to any coaching program out there. As long as you like apply and take action, even with like a fraction of what you learn in a program, you're going to be so much further ahead. Yeah, it's telling it to do it a 30-day membership. Maybe there's a fast track in there. I don't know. A unique result. So Diego says, 4 steps for a good offer: a unique result, a mechanism, a time frame, and a guarantee. That's really good. Do we have that in here? We have guarantee. We have. This is pushing us to have a time frame, but I don't know because it's a monthly membership. And funny enough, like all of our social Saturday calls and all of our ask me anything calls, it always turns into how do I sell more? Like it always turns into go to market strategy calls or sales coaching. So I think that probably needs to take its own spot under the deliverables bullet points. I guess this is the mechanism. A unique result. Make it 60 to 90 days. Maybe it could be something like, so if it's the landing page copy, it could be like something like if you're watching this, what day is it now? October 27th. So if you're here by the end of October 27th, by the end of November, you could have, what's an easy deliverable there? You could have by the end of November, you could have the foundation for your AI business built. No, not built, because that would the person would have to build their stuff in a month, and I think that people have a lot of stuff to juggle. Unless they make it a priority. If they make it a priority, you can get your business up and running in 2-3 days. But I haven't seen that being the case with a lot of people. It's like the rare ones, the hungry ones. Those are the ones that get it done in like 2-3 days. Which is also the people that have the highest likelihood of success. So if you've ever been on that boat where you just keep like not doing it and delaying it because you know you have the time to delay it, that also kills progress, which kills momentum, which kills your speed to success. So I guess that also depends on where you're at with your business and your personal growth. I'm gonna have to come back to that one and think through that one. But I think the offers are a little bit more clear. So you basically get access to 4 pillars: understanding how to do lead gen, understanding how to capture the leads, understanding how to turn those leads into money, and understanding how to retain them. Those are like the 4 pillars. I don't know. And then I also have to think into, you know what, Diego, with that like 60 to 90 day thing, I think I also have to think through because then that could potentially cannibalize the certification sales. Certification sales is like a 2-month program. Yeah, let's throw it into ChatGPT. Okay. So let's copy all of this. And then Claude's offer idea. So if it's a 30-day AI, if it's a 30-day and Q4 is very, yeah, that's true. That's true too. I think if we do like 30-day AI GTM, the way that I can kind of see that happening is as soon as you join the school, there's like a 30-day challenge. Ooh, it could be a 30-day challenge. Can you say to ChatGPT, can you show this message just came from YouTube. Can you show me the seahorse emoji? What is it gonna do? Let me do it here on the side. Oh my gosh. It breaks ChatGPT. That is funny. AI video maker just dropped that on the YouTube chat. That is really funny. It just goes off and off and all right, stop. Final answer to dragon. That is one way to confuse ChatGPT. That is some quality entertainment. That's hilarious. All right, back to what we were doing. No, we weren't there. We were here. Diego, what do you think about that? If it was a 30-day challenge? 30-day challenge. So basically, at all times, it's just join the school community, get access to a 30-day challenge to launch your AI business, whatever that looks like. And then every day there's like a daily lecture that drops. 30 days just feels so long. Maybe it's a 7-day challenge or a 10-day challenge. So I think this is yeah, I see what you're saying. Like make it like a 30-day. make it like a 30-day. Hmm. Sorry, 1 second. Sorry, my sister-in-law was just asking me for a ride to her, I guess, her job. I'm not sure what's happening. But no, it's all good now. Okay, so all right, back to what we're doing. So basically, yeah, I think there's something there. I think with 30 days though, I think it for I mean, Diego, for you it's like fast, right? Because I know you're like very driven. But for like the average person that's maybe we don't want the average person that's just testing the waters. Maybe we only want people that are actually willing to commit for 30 days. That could be it. That is interesting. That is cool. Okay, so This feels a lot better. This feels so much better. Just for contrast, let me drop this into Claude just to see its opinion. Did it change anything? I don't think it changed anything. Diego, look at that hook. Launch your AI-powered business in 10 days, free inside AI Billionaire Labs. There is that time frame. A unique result, launching your business fast, mechanism, the framework, and then the system. Oh, and then the guarantee. The guarantee. What is the guarantee that we have? You know what? This can be the first one. It can be maybe like a live launch to see how it is. And then moving forward, it will be evergreen so that they can just kind of, whenever they join, they have those 10 days. But then when it's evergreen, have that automation running in the background that's telling them new video unlocked, new day unlocked, whatever. Yeah, the cold email system needs 14 days to warm up, but I'm not necessarily setting up their cold emails. And when we do talk about cold email, that is generally in the cert. So this is really just focusing on inbound marketing. and warm audience, inbound marketing, and will return your money, no questions asked. Yeah, I have a refund clause right now in the current community. It's like a 14-day clause or something. I could do that. I can definitely do that. I can definitely do um a refund guarantee. Because technically it will be evergreen. So it's not really like it's requiring a lot of effort once it's built. Yeah, I think it should be fine. Probably a 10-day guarantee, 10-day money back guarantee. Oh, with school, you can do a 7-day free trial. Do you like this one? 7-day free trial. Join AI Billionaire Labs completely free for 7 days. Get full access to the AI Billionaire framework. This 10-day AI GTM sprint, community and templates. Start implementing it immediately. If it's not for you, cancel before day 7 and pay nothing. It's just gonna attract a lot of tire kickers, though. Yeah, let's not do free trial. Alright. I think this is good. This is good to try. Alright, now let's do this on let's do this on. On. 1 minute. 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 1 min This is good. They had go-to-market systems. They knew how to get discovered, capture, and build. This is really good. Ooh, this is okay. Let me just copy this into a Google Doc. This is good. Oh my gosh, I hate when it does this. It's too wordy. But this could be the call to action in the posts. That's too wordy for the headline. This would be like the sub headline. And then like the video would go here. So I built this page on Lovable. So on, I'm just trying to grab these. Would it be stronger if that's here or here? I just have to set a reminder to update it every month. What if it's unlocked the AI gold rush without raising capital, learning how to code, or hiring a large team? That could work too. Yeah, let's change it with this one. See how wordy it is. That feels really, really wordy. That feels super wordy, but let's see how this looks. I forgot to finish that. Join Enablement Labs now to so how do we make this less wordy? Oh, I know. Maybe can we just make this font a little bit smaller? Let's see if it'll listen to my little instructions and carrots. Follow the instructions and carrots to redesign the header. All right, let's see if it follows my instructions. Yeah, and then I just have to remember to come back every month and update this. I wonder if I can have a automation to just chronologically. I think it's called a chrono timer or something like that. I don't know. I do agree with you, Diego. Like this is probably like a lot stronger. This is definitely a lot stronger. I think it's just the aesthetics is what's bothering me now. To be CFM holiday sale. Black Friday, Cyber Monday. Thank you for helping me, Diego. This is awesome. In real time, trying to figure out how to update this offer. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, holiday sale. Your AI powered business. Okay, maybe we just have to make this let's see if I open it. Yeah. Where does it like disappear to though? Yeah, it's just gonna keep doing that. That's annoying. I wish we could like still have drag and drop capabilities here. Do we? Where'd it go? Oh, now it's like tiny. There we go. Uh-oh. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot better. Let's put this as a banner towards the top. If you're reading this in October, all right, let's just see. Yeah, okay, cool. Oh my gosh, this copy took forever to write. Let's save it somewhere. When I scroll, the banner here still shows. Remove the banner. Swap out the banner that you just created. Instead, update the copy and the banner that appears when you scroll to say this. Let's not keep the timer. Because it'll be, well, I guess we can probably put the timer for whenever we decide to do the 10-day launch. Okay. There we go. If you're reading this in October, join Enablement now to have your AI business in the market by November. Let me take this one more level further. Can you program this to be current date instead of October? And can you program November to actually show 30 days in the future of whatever the current date is now? That'll be awesome. All right, let's see if we have the rest of the copy. We have it here. So that and that has been done. No, not the month. Oh my gosh, this would be so cool if we can get it to like automatically update. Then that's one less thing I have to think about. And it's something that Lovable could figure out on its own. How long have we been on here for? Almost 2 hours. That's wild. Yep, sometimes writing copy, it'd be like that, right? All right, so tomorrow we have to figure out if this is true. Tomorrow we'll check. If you're reading this on October 27th. Ooh, that's so cool. Oh, that's awesome. Oh my gosh, I love Lovable. Lovable is so lovable. Okay, now let's just copy this copy here. And that means I have to also redo my VSL. Let's review really quick. Just got to review. I saw something about we're only letting 99 people in, but that's not true. We already have 99 people in there. And also, because Lovable is so finicky, maybe I won't just copy all of it. Because I want to keep that how it is. Do we change anything here? No. Seems like everything is the same. Trading time for money, competing, low exit content treadmill. I quickly discovered a pattern. Okay, this part changed completely. So we need to change this part here. Oh, look at this, and it changed, it kept all of this. That is true. There's more people than ever in this space. Okay, that's going to be a really wordy section. Let's see what happens. Let's check TikTok. I posted a video a few days ago on Friday night. It got 2,400 views. And the funny part about that video is that I literally recorded the video while I was live on a YouTube stream. And I was like, oh my gosh, I haven't posted today. And then I like grabbed my phone. I just recorded whatever came to mind. And yeah, it was wild. It was been one of the best performing videos so far. Okay, maybe it's not that wordy. It's fine. I gotta add some arrows here. We'll come back to that. Make some money. Oh my goodness. Okay. I skipped a section, this here, where I have to update the video. And I have to move the video actually up here. This is in this section we have to change. Okay, so now we have to update this whole text here. Let's just read this. If you're looking for a current job or want basic operators, want to build skill and build, launch, and scale it. Okay, that's good. Now we have to update. Thanks, Diego. Take care. Thanks for joining. Really appreciate all of your help. So obviously, if you guys need help, you should definitely reach out to Diego. Super helpful. Super helpful on today's copywriting session. Yeah, it looks cleaner. It is so gross outside. It's raining. It's like 50 degrees. 50 degrees. Fahrenheit to Celsius. It's like 10 degrees for anyone not in the US. It's cold and it's raining. Perfect day to do a live stream. You know what? That's actually, where's the bonus? Where's my 10-day challenge bonus? Who did we build this with? Claude? Claude. There's two. I'm going to try to finish this up in the next 20 minutes or so. I got to move over to some other things I got to do. Okay. Where are we? Did we stop sharing? What happened? November 1st. That's a Saturday. Should we start November 1st through November 10th? I think we should just knock it out. Saturday, Sunday. Yeah, let's just knock it out. Saturday and Sunday, so people have no excuses because it's the weekend. And then leading all the way up until the last day, the 10th. The 10th, I'll be in Fort Lauderdale already. Maybe we need to start sooner. Maybe we need to start on the 30th. That's 4 days away. That means I have to start marketing it right now. 27, 28, 29, 30. 3 days. 3 days to get people into a challenge. Yeah, it could be worse. 30th, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The 10th, I think, would be on the 8th or the 9th, which is perfect because I got to go to the retreat in Fort Lauderdale. By the way, if anyone wants to join the retreat in Fort Lauderdale, it's November 10th through the 14th. we're doing a whole content house again. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of masterminding. Because of the house, there's only room for 5 people. So if you want to join, just let me know. And you can just go to aibillionaireexperience.com and you will see all the information. It's all laid out. You can just check it out, see if it's the right thing for you. And then, of course, if you have any questions or anything, just let me know. Okay. That's in 3 days. That's crazy. Well, we got to start marketing then. Okay. And then we just have to update the pricing and then we're good. Okay, well that's updating. Let's go to ClickUp. When I launched my last launch, I started working on a little black book here of how I launched it. So what I need to do is I need to go to this post here. I need to revisit. I'll do this on a different stream. I need to revisit here how I launched this. Because what I'll do is I'll just pretty much use AI to duplicate the strategy, but recreate it for this one. And I guess October 30th, because I'll be out of town the 10th. So probably I'll be out of office already starting from the 9th to the 15th at the very earliest. The 9th probably till the 18th, actually. I think it'll be more likely. So that means that it can be a 10-day thing or it can be a 7-day thing. I think 10 days sounds like a round number. Yeah, let's just go with 10. Ooh, that looks clean. That looks nice. That's really abrupt how it just changes. We're missing like a button or something here. Copy this button and place it under the annual members also get box in the what you get inside AI Builder Labs section. Oh, you guys are still looking at ClickUp. My apologies. All right, perfect. Now we just got to change the copy for the payment page. So let's see here. Where are we at here with this? The button still has not been added. Oh. Okay, whatever. That's fine. Let's just continue here. This is more pressing. Okay, we're almost done. We are almost done. 2 hours. That's crazy. That's how long it took to update this copy. So just kind of like, I guess, rethinking through the last 2 hours. The call started with me wanting to update the landing page, but as I was doing that, I realized that I actually needed to go back and rework the offer a little bit. So for anyone that's like stuck trying to figure out how to write better copy, sometimes you just have to do that. You have to go back and revisit the offer and see if it is exactly what you're trying to do, what you're trying to sell, if it speaks to your ideal client, if it fulfills the promises you're actually saying that you're going to keep, all of that. And then finding ways to rewrite the copy to reflect that latest information. Because what happened is I went like one layer or like multiple layers deeper, whereas most people would just say, hey, I wrote my copy for my landing page, and then they complain that they don't get sales. I realized as I was going through this whole process that in order for me to get my thoughts out exactly on paper of what I am offering, that I had to go back and look at what I'm even selling in the first place and how can I improve that and make it more appealing. And of course, Diego was on here on the chat on the live stream, and that was also helpful because he was also sharing his own insights or his own opinions around what I was going through. So, which makes it always better, right? It's like community building. It's collaboration in real time, and that's what it's all about. So, that's essentially what just happened. That's essentially what just happened in those 2 hours. I pretty much just figured out how to make this offer a little bit better, a little bit more appealing. And apparently now we're launching a 10-day sprint starting on the 30th. So I gotta start making posts about that. And in order to join that, you just basically have to join the community, which is achieved by joining either of these buttons. So just to make the final thing complete, I'm gonna have to re-record the video. So I'm gonna take that down. I'm gonna put the video here. So I'm actually gonna take this whole section down. And then I have to come back and like, oh, we did put the button here. It needs to be here. See, it's like little things that I have to fine tune, but it's not the end of the world. I can launch it as is. Once I have I'm just saying that this feels overwhelming with the monthly versus the annual comparisons. Okay, let's see how it looks if we do this change. I don't want it to change my I don't think we get priority access for new programs though, so I think that will be something else. All right, let's see what that looks like. Now it looks so empty. It looks so empty. Whoops, sorry. Didn't mean to stop sharing. You left out Social Saturday and stopped saying that there's only 99 people. I feel like something else, but not really, because annual is just like a big savings on. Mention as a bonus that they also get savings for joining annual, so I think they get like 2 or 3 months free or something. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. So annual looks like this. Monthly looks like this. And we capture both here, like so. All right, almost done. Oh no. It broke. We broke it. Okay. Oh. I'm still typing here. All right. Did it update the pricing? Yeah, I think that's good for now. And then let's just update this section here. All right, so now we have frequently asked questions. I'm going to add these for now, but I'm going to definitely want to come back and update this. Okay. FAQs are getting updated. Let's read what this says. This is your moment to position yourself. The lean AI business of tomorrow is being built today. Every way UA someone's implemented the AI builder from the opportunity was wide open right now. Large companies waste resources and productive overhead building systems that can scale to significant valuation of minimal teams. Cool. Very cool. And lastly, the 14-day money-back guarantee. Let me just add a little language that it's consecutive calendar days, not business days. So it's not 3 weeks, it's not 4 weeks, it's 2 weeks. If you start on November 1st, you have till November 14th. Very clear. I think we're done. Let's trash this. That is so loud and aggressive. Okay. Annual early bird members get locked in rates forever. Is that the same copy that I have here? Yeah. Okay, cool. I don't have to change anything there. And then this should still take us to school. And that should take us to school. Move this out of this square and put it below. $20.25. Is the year of the solopreneur. And if you're watching this video and you're still not so I need to add a video under this. Oh no, when I did that, is it gonna make me redo all of this? Calendar consecutive days, okay. The button is down there, cool. Delete this whole section. Move the video in this section to show up underneath the line that says, without raising capital learning how to code or hiring a large team, comma, and it should be above the join now, learn more button in the hero section. Okay, and then we'll just delete that section and then we will be good to go. I'll have to re-record that video and then I will also have to make a post. Okay. Well, I don't know where the video went anyway. There we go. So we got to create a video. Got to do that right now. Okay. All right. And then let me just go in here and do one more thing. Let's go to the work with me section. Delete. Okay, I'll definitely want to come back and make this nicer, but I just want to make sure I take away anything that is not updated from being seen on the website. And then, yeah, there's like a whole revamp that needs to happen. But for now, it's perfect. For now, it is perfect on what exactly it is we have available. Okay, so the website is done, the landing page is done. I can leave Lovable. And I now need to create one post. My laptop is gonna die and I still can't get this charger. Come on. Here it is. Okay, so I think we're done now. So perfect. We updated this. I gotta record the video, so I will go and record the video. But we updated the school. We updated the landing page. We might have to upload some of the deliverables inside of here. One thing I have to do still, and I'll do this in one of the future streams, is I have to create what is the holiday sale. So the holiday sale pretty much just means anyone that buys like essentially now through the holidays. I will add a bonus with additional deliverables. I don't know what it is yet, but pretty much anyone who joins starting today, October 27th, through what would it be, December 31st probably? No, Cyber Monday. So through Cyber Monday we'll do a sale, and then when I do sales I don't decrease price, I add value. So if anything, it's just adding value. It's not removing the price, because it's just not two things. One, I don't like putting things at a lower price after other people have paid more for it, so just that part doesn't really feel fair. And then the other reason why I don't like to lower the price is because I don't really believe that I'm lowering the value. If anything, I'm increasing the value of what I'm delivering. So I don't like to lower price because it's a race to the bottom, and I don't like to play that game. I know I bring a lot of value to the space. I know I bring a lot of value to the table, and therefore, when I do sales, I'm just stacking value on top of it. I'm not really removing. I'm not really going down in price. And it's fine. Some people like to do that. I just don't particularly resonate with that. Okay, so I think we're good. I think we're good to launch this. I gotta make a video, so I gotta take a break. Actually, gotta take the video and then record the video, and then by today I have to make an announcement because we are launching this 10-day thing on Thursday. Let's do the math on that again. So we have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday to get people to sign up. So that's 3 days. We'll go live on Thursday. Friday is Halloween. Maybe Thursday's too soon. Because if we go Saturday the 1st, that's November 1st, through the 10th, I'll be in Florida on the 10th. I might have to think this one through. Maybe it doesn't have to be 10 days. Maybe it can just be 7 days. So it'll be launched by the 7th. Yeah, okay. Before I can launch this, actually, I have to figure out what is the 7-day, or what is the actual sprint. What are we going to cover in the sprint? And based on that, I'll identify if it's a 5-day thing, a 7-day thing, a 10-day thing. And then I'll send out, I'll probably go live again. I gotta walk my dog. Okay, I'll be back. Thank you guys for tuning in. On the next live stream, I'll cover whether it's a 5-day, a 7-day, or a 10-day thing. And I will also cover writing the first post and blasting it out. Okay, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you have an amazing rest of the day. And don't forget to follow on all channels, Izzy GPT. If you found this helpful, please let me know so I understand what part is being the most helpful and how I can add more value to you as well. And then if you